We are talking about the art of de-influencing part 2. So while everything looks amazing, and is, by the way, I became an official content creator for Durag Fest, the first time ever doing that, and it blew my mind this year. And then, I have a new job. And before you're like, you have a new job, I got laid off effective immediately last year, and then also voluntarily decided to quit my other job. Both times I was in C-suite level roles. I want you to hear that again. Both times I was in C-suite level roles. This is part of the art of de-influencing, because I want to talk about it. These jobs are so quick to replace you. It does not matter how great you are in that role. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. That being said, right, because I always kept something like creative going on, but that being said, I've never went all in and tried to get paid for it, because I always end up scaring myself out of it, because part of the reason I'm talking about this, I am so confident in my career, at a corporate level. The idea of entrepreneurship, even though it's been a theme in my entire life, even when I wanted to be a veterinarian, do you want to know the real thing that got me? I wanted to be a veterinarian who owned her own practice. I was obsessed with owning my own practice. And remember why I said everything looks glamorous and oh my gosh, you look so good and all this stuff is going on. So I actually ended up sleeping a night in my car. I actually ended up staying with a friend for a night. Then I came home. I did not come home first, even though I love my parents and I love my family and I trust them. I was so terrified of failing that I could not come home first. And it broke my parents' heart, and then I had to watch it break my parents' heart when we were talking. And I hate it. Now I have a job now, and I'm doing better now, but that meant from staying in that apartment, and thank God eviction is not on my record, right? Because I know that's a lot of people's story. But I'm in a lot of debt. And so the reality is that I am currently catching up on debt slowly but surely while doing everything else, and everything looks fine and dandy. But when I tell y'all, this is so hard because I'm crying on the internet. And I was like, I don't want to cry on the internet during this freaking series. Of course, God. I would also before y'all are wait, what about Peanut? Peanut was with me this entire time that was happening. So she was with me in the car. This is as grateful as I am for this season. This is so hard. So if you stayed this long, this is a reminder that you do not know what people are going through behind the scenes. Not everybody talks about what they're going through. I'm one of those people. I will go through stuff and not talk about it and talk about it after, because I want people to be able to learn from me and know that they're not alone in this, and know that it gets better and all of that stuff. I usually talk about stuff after, but God is telling me to talk about it while I'm going through it. And so this is one of the arts of de-influencing, is me crying on the internet, because y'all end up in massive debt. I went from being at the top of my career, as an independent contractor in C-suite level roles with no college degree, as a black woman in this country working for black owned brands, brands that were owned by people of color, to being basically homeless until I came home to my parents, thank God. One more thing, I know somebody's gonna ask, well, how do we help? I do have 2 separate cash apps, one for me, one for my business that I'm currently building. Anything there is great. I think my website is still up, and I have ebooks there that you can purchase. I will double check that, but that's my website down below. Pouring into the magazine that I work for helps significantly. Peanut is in the back being you can do all these things. Peanut. Let the people live, girl. She's gonna come say hi, so y'all know that she exists and that she's okay. And I've been taking care of her, okay? Yeah, she's okay, Peanut. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Peanut said do the things. And of course, sharing my content always helps. So across any platform, so yeah.